What is going on, YouTube? I'd like to welcome you guys back to Red's World. So today I actually am going to be doing something different. Also, if you notice the hat, I know I'm looking fly, whatever. You ain't got to say nothing.
Stop the cap.
No, but I was gonna play a game today, but once again I'm still just stuck in this Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial mode. So we're actually gonna watch the funniest moments of Johnny Depp, and then the funniest moments. Actually, we're gonna watch the funniest moments one way or the other. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. But let's go ahead and try to find one. See, there's part 10. I feel like this would be like later on. This is a day ago. We'll watch this one, and this is Juke Do. So make sure if this is good, you guys go follow them, subscribe to them. But let's go ahead and check it out.
That the testimony about the abuse was hearsay, and that Dr. Banks' testimony that Ms. Heard was a victim of domestic abuse. The deposition testimony for trial of Dr.
Man was nodding off. Boom, ba da 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 da.
Had been alerted that you would be at the courthouse and knew exactly which side of your face to take a picture of, did you?
I know how many people will come out and say whatever for him.
Oh,
that's his
my
power.
God.
That's why I wrote the op-ed.
Okay, I just want to say this. If you guys have been watching this case, dude, she is such a bad liar, and this video would take forever, but
I was speaking to that phenomenon. How many people will come out in support of him and will fall to his power?
Not germane to this litigation, therefore I'll
So
deny
annoying.
the non-party HM Productions motion to intervene.
Thank you, Your Honor. For the record, I've known Mr. Tobin for several years. I meant no snarkiness toward him.
Well, you're just a snarky guy. Yeah, Ashley, Mr.
When she did that, bro, like, how do you feel about a judge calling you snarky? Like, is that... I feel like that might be kind of bad. I feel like it might be kind of offended if the judge called me snarky. Me personally, I wouldn't have let that slide. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back into this.
You saw her on the stand. We all did.
Yes,
She
sir.
gave the performance of her life, telling you story after story of abuse. And not just any abuse, but extravagant, over-the-top allegations.
That's
of
all
abuse
true.
That would be truly brutal, horrific.
They're clowning.
It's true. You either believe all of it, or you believe none of it. Either she's telling the truth, including in her most extreme allegations, or she's lying. And lied to you and the world about being raped. You can't find that Mr. Depp hit her once. Either he hit her countless times.
See, this is one of the weird things, man. Like, if I seen a woman crying, usually my instincts would be like, is there something I could do? Like, I feel bad. Like, I don't know. Like, I really... this is gonna sound weird, but I'm like a natural protector. You know, I really care about the women that are around me. So when I see a woman kind of distressed and sad and stuff, my natural instinct is I want to protect, but her, I just want to punch her in her mouth as hard as I can. Hypothetically, this is a joke. This is a joke. Nobody take too much offense, but I hate her face. Like, I don't know what it is. My instincts, my body, my brain tell me, like, bruh, you can't trust a thing she says.
Or you can't believe a single word that comes out of her mouth.
Facts. They're doing their dirty, bro.
And what is the actual meaning of Ms. Heard's op-ed?
That's respect right there. I don't think any of this is what was actually said. Hey, howdy. See, he just looks like a really good-natured soul. Like, yeah, I know you can't judge a book by its cover, but like, he seems like a genuinely nice person.
I have a feeling we will see each other again.
That's true. I'm fucking dead.
A video.
This was important.
Depicting Johnny Depp slamming some cabinets that was captured by Ms. Heard.
And what day was that?
I believe that was the August 12th.
Of 2016?
Of 2016, yes.
Can you describe to the jury how you received the video on August 12, 2016?
It came in as I recall, a
objection, hearsay.
He's just described
Cut those promises.
That was another thing. Her team just objected everything, and I understand as a lawyer, like, you have to object certain things, but like, when she would get turned down, she would then try to argue with the judge. Man, like, it was bad. It was super bad.
One of those promises we made was that you would come to understand who Miss Heard is. That she is a deeply troubled
Camille is a superstar, dude. For one, she's a beautiful lady, but she is awesome. She is a badass
person, violently afraid of abandonment, desperate for attention and approval. And in her relationship with Mr. Depp, she was violent, she was abusive, and she was cruel.
Facts.
You heard from Dr. Shannon Curry, who explained that Ms. Heard suffers from borderline personality disorder and histrionic personality disorder. These are disorders that are characterized by anger, sometimes uncontrollable and explosive anger, and a powerful, sometimes desperate need for attention, acceptance, and approval. Fear of abandonment is the deepest fear. A person...
That's facts, too. These are not very funny moments, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Audio after audio where Miss Heard admits that she was physically abusing him. While Mr. Depp...
Hey, let's do this one. Shout out to you still, Juke Do. Solid video, but I thought it was gonna be funny, so let's do... By the way, I suggest to you guys, go watch... I might even do a reaction on it, but I've already watched it, so it wouldn't be like an authentic reaction. Go watch Amber... Type in YouTube, Amber Heard Aquaman scenes. Oh my god, her acting was horrible, and this is post-processing. I tell you, as a YouTuber or somebody who sits here and edits videos and shit, the magic happens when the video is over, when you're done recording. That's when the magic happens. She still looked terrible. Bizarre witness confusing the whole courtroom. Yeah, this dude was a nut job. How long is this? Funny moments. Okay, so this is gonna be day 24. Let's check this out. This is Placement Corner, so shout out to you, Placement Corner.
Losses that were caused by the statements. Mr. Depp cannot recover damages for any harm that occurred after November 2nd.
My god, G, set the damn paper down. Holy shit.
There you go. You good? I think so. Good. Nope.
See, that smile just makes me happy, man. Like, I don't know, like, I hate being biased because I don't want to be biased, but like, she just...
You had it for a second.
But, okay, and this is about to sound fucked up. Not any disrespect to the women in the back over here. These two. No disrespect. No disrespect at all. But we can clearly tell a difference in caliber of appearance. You know, like, they're not bad looking women, but they're, you know, just normal people. Camille looks like she could be a model or something. Like, she's a very attractive woman. So the fact that she's as good as she is, and she's good looking, and she uses color theory... And again, this ain't like, I've been in a relationship for 11 years. I ain't worried about trying to bust off to some lawyer. I'm just saying, like, she's a freaking monster. Now, if she got up here and she looked like, you know, the Mike Wazowski from from Monsters Inc., I don't think people would have taken her serious. I'm gonna be real. It's sadly one of the things that needs to be addressed, but women who are more, you know, attractive are usually the ones that are taken more seriously. So this is just really good to see that she is perfectly balanced in that regard.
Good morning. Thank you. Let's try that again. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. Let's try that again. Good morning. And to talk more about that, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague and my friend, Mr. Chu.
Me and my girl call Ben Chew Goober. This motherfucker was up on the stand eating candies like... That shit had me and her dying, bro. Bro, why didn't they just set up a mic on the podium for real? That dude in the back, this dude right here, I think you got, yeah. He looked clueless the whole damn trial. I swear to God, there wasn't a moment in this trial where he wasn't like... Like, dead ass. He just looked lost the entire time. Yeah, that mic looks like it was buns, honestly. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. This chick, where's my cursor? There it is. This chick right here, she's probably like the freakiest chick in the world, bro. She's probably a freaking monster in the bedroom. Something tells me she's a freak, bro. Like, this girl, she seems like she'd be cool. She looks like she'd be like cool to hang out with. This girl looks like you would think like, oh, she's gonna be nerdy or something, and she just sucks the soul out you.
Thank you, Camille. Logistics are not our strong suit.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't just plug a mic in the podium. That was pretty... What's funny is he's probably changing the channels and shit. As someone who's messed with mics, he's probably like adjusting the equalizer or some shit, like trying to send a signal out.
All right, let's come back at 11:05. Oh, okay. Okay, sure.
He's handling it like it's the most fragile thing ever. Okay, well that wasn't the greatest. So I did give you a shout out, but I take that shit back. That was whack. Nah, I'm just playing. Once again, that was Placement Corner if you guys want to go check that out. I'm just trying to find some funny stuff. Maybe I should just watch smaller clips. Ooh, what is this? This is TikTok? Yeah, let's do TikTok. Also, this is Flampy Flomp, so shout out to you, Flampy Flomp. Let's check this out.
I think he was using cocaine because it was like there was a jar.
That's quiet as hell.
Look what I got. I got a jar of dirt. I got a jar of dirt. And guess what's inside it?
My dog stepped on a bee.
Objection, relevance.
Either she's a victim...
Bro, that animation was pristine, though. That's really what she looks like to me.
I got a jar of dirt. And guess what's inside it?
My dog stepped on a bee.
Objection, relevance. That's
Either
funny.
she's a victim of truly horrific abuse,
Or
she is a woman who is willing to say absolutely anything.
Facts.
Let's talk about the giant lie at the heart of this case. Ms. Heard's claim that Mr. Depp is an abusive monster and that she is a public figure representing domestic abuse. At the start of this case, Mr. Chu and I told you that you were going to hear some disturbing and graphic tales of abuse from Ms. Heard, and they were designed to shock you and overwhelm you, which you have.
That's true.
We told you that this would be a performance, the role of her lifetime.
And she still couldn't cry. It's funny, they'll probably address this, but her acting coach came on and testified that she has trouble crying. But what's funny about that is she had trouble crying on the stand.
As a heroic survivor of brutal abuse. When Mr. Depp brought this case for defamation, Ms. Heard went all in.
That's true.
A story of shocking, overwhelming, brutal abuse. She came into this courtroom prepared to give the performance of her life, and she gave it.
Yep.
What we have is a mountain of unproven allegations that are wild, over the top, and implausible.
1 second. To grab me a water.
And you can't pick and choose which of these wild allegations to believe and which ones to disregard. You either believe all of it or none of it.
That was the thing that I think was really good that Camille did, is talking about, if you don't know who Camille is, then you catch the fuck up. No, I'm just playing, but it's one of Johnny Depp's lawyers. But one of the things she did really well is she kept emphasizing, like, if she's a liar and you feel like at any point she's lied about any of this, then you have to assume that she lied about all of it. You can't pick and choose when to be a liar. If you're a liar, you're discredited. And I, as somebody who has lied in my life, that's a shitty thing. But your credibility's gone. If you'll lie on the stand, you'll lie on a trial, you who knows what you would be willing to lie about. So I thought that was a beautiful point that she made, and she made it really well multiple times.
Either Mr. Depp sexually assaulted Ms. Heard with a bottle in Australia, or Ms. Heard got up on that stand in front of all of you
and lied
and made up that horrific tale of abuse.
And she did.
You know this case is being televised, right?
I am aware that there are cameras.
And so this gets you your 15 minutes of fame.
Objection, Your Honor. Argumentative.
I can ask that question.
Overruled.
So I stand.
Look at her face. Oh, it just makes me want to hurt somebody. Like, bruh, I understand. Look, the question itself is enough. You don't have to look like the fucking teacher from Jimmy Neutron. Like, bro, you don't need to do that. Like, come on, man. And this dude just rips her a new one. Check this out.
I gain nothing from this. I'm actually putting myself kind of in the target of TMZ, a very
Facts.
litigious organization, and I'm not seeking any 15 minutes here. Though you're welcome to speculate. I could say the same thing by taking Amber Heard as a client for you.
A little argumentative, don't you think?
Oh, hardly. I find that to be purely logical. Thank you.
Oh, get argumentative. Bitch, you just asked him the same question, but you said that wasn't argumentative, so it's not argumentative vice versa. He's got a point. You took Amber Heard because you wanted to grow your resume. What he said wasn't even wrong. That's an obvious. If you win this case for Amber Heard, that helps your career significantly. That's a huge reason outside of the money that you would take this case. So what the fuck?
My dog stepped on a bee. My bee stepped on a dog. My dog stepped on a dog. My bee stepped on a bee.
What the
My
hell?
dog and my bee stepped on my. Because he's guilty. Because he knows he's lying. Otherwise, why can't he look at me?
That was another thing. She kept saying, why can't he look at me? But she's trying to manipulate the narrative. He promised her that after she, alleged these things, that she would never see his eyes again. Which is like strongly and like very oddly poetic as fuck. And like, you will never see my eyes again. Like that's that's deep. Like, that's emotional, like, fucking hatred. And now she's like, I gotta, like, imagine you were with this girl. You told her she'd never see your eyes again. And then she's like, well, if he looks at me, then he didn't rape me. Like, bro, you were trying so hard to get me to go against what I promised you. Like, she's disgusting, bro. I hate her. I hate her so much.
I survived. I survived that man, and I'm here, and I'm able to look at him.
Thank you.
No,
You
he
were
doesn't want
asked
to.
about a bruise that was.
So I walked out of the bedroom and he slapped me across the face. And I turned to look at him. I said, Johnny, you hit me. You just hit me. So I lost my balance, and at that point, both of us were
Look, even the kids are on this shit, bro.
sitting at the edge of the couch. No, I was sitting at the edge of the couch. And I just sat there on the carpet, looking at the dirty carpet, wondering how I wound up on this carpet. And I didn't even realize how filthy this carpet was before. And I didn't know what to do, I didn't know what to say, I didn't know how to react. My dog stepped on a bee. My dad has to pee. 1 + 2 is 3.
This is so.
Bruh. Like, I honestly... Amber Heard has no idea. Even if she wins this case, dude, her career is over, bro. Nobody fucks with her. You're gonna see the few people that are, oh, we're Team Amber, bro. Look, everyone's entitled to their opinion. But honestly, you're just sticking up for her because you think she's a victim. And people refuse to question victims. But the reality is in order to be a victim, somebody has to be guilty. In America, you're not guilty until proven guilty. You are innocent until proven guilty. So, if this is Amber Heard, there's a reason Johnny Depp doesn't have any convictions about this, because she cannot prove that he abused her. So, if you're watching this and you're putting together this assumption that he abused her, you're part of the problem, because even if you believe that he abused her, guess what? He doesn't have any criminal charges. So he's not an abuser. And it's this weird thing, and I probably shouldn't even talk about this shit because people are so sensitive. But it's the same kind of concept as the LGBTQ. It's the same concept as the, the Me Too movement. If somebody says something, that's supposed to be an automatic trump card to anything, and you're supposed to believe them no matter what. And that is ridiculous. I need to ask questions so I can form an opinion on it. And if you answer them in a way that makes me feel like you're not telling the truth, I don't believe you. And I'm not going to sit here and chastise and destroy a man's career. So, if you are Team Amber, I'm going to go with the fact that you're assuming before you even logically watch and deduce. People aren't hating on Amber Heard because we hate Amber Heard and we love Johnny Depp. I've never seen a Johnny Depp movie. Just recently, me and my girl watched Pirates of the Caribbean 1 through 3. Never seen. I may have seen parts. It may have been on TV, but I've never watched a Johnny Depp movie. I don't care. Now I'm a fan of his because he's standing up against this abuser. And it's very obvious to tell. And of course, that's my opinion. Of course, that's my, reading of the situation. But here's the thing. He doesn't have a criminal record, which automatically means he's innocent. So she's trying to prove him guilty, which she failed to do. And if you think she did, I would argue that the reason you feel she did is because you went into it, oh, well, she's a defenseless woman, and I automatically believe her because I believe everybody who claims anything. And again, I'm not saying that because I hate women. I'm not saying that because I'm homophobic and against LGBTQ, anything like that. I'm saying it because truly and genuinely, you would have to be seriously biased to believe anything that she said. It's that simple. And I'm not saying that just because it's my opinion. It's basic body language. But anyway, let's get back into this.
Important look. You know, the two photos that Amber claimed were different lighting. Well, they just showed they're the exact same.
Yep.
And
And
Mr. Neumeister,
they had the same exact time down to the second, too.
There's Exhibit 712.
That right there. Watch this shit real quick.
Here in this demonstrative.
Right here. That. You're like, prove me wrong. You're clearly lying. You got paid to come here. Like, bitch, everyone in this courtroom, outside of a few people, got paid to come here, including your attorneys, including your experts. Ironically, the police didn't get paid to support Johnny Depp. They're police. And I'm not a bootlicker in any ways. In fact, I generally have a disgust for police. So I hate even saying that because a lot of people will take it wrong, but I don't really care. You know, it's not that I have a problem with police. I have a problem with the abuse of power from the police and the justice system. But they're not going to come in here and lie for Johnny Depp. What do they stand to gain from that? That's stupid as hell.
Exhibit 712, I believe you have. I'm not sure the date's number, 712.
What is wrong with this lady's face, bro? Both of them.
713. They're two separate exhibits, except it's the exact same photograph that's been, one's been edited, one hasn't. Or I can't say that one hasn't, but the colors have been modified in an editor.
Objection, Your Honor.
July 12th, 2017. Why are...
Objection! Objection! I have a message for Amber Heard. Amber, I just would like to... Oh! I thought you were gonna punch me. Now, I'm only joking, but why did you sleep with Elon Musk? Cloud chaser!
Amber was never abusive.
How do you know? Because you are a feminist. Johnny Depp has...
It's not, and that's the thing too, it's not about being a feminist. If you support this woman and you're claiming you're a feminist, then you're, again, you're being extremely counterintuitive. If you're a feminist, you should believe in equality, and she is clearly the abuser, so you should support the fact that she's a fucking abuser and should be punished just like a man.
Has made over 90 movies, and you, fucking Aquaman.
Oh, shit.
Ew, this is so cringe. Guilty.
Do you remember what happened last night, Miss Heard? No. No, I do not. Okay. Did you or did you not go out with your friends last night? I'm sorry, I don't understand that question. Did you?
Bro, this is so fucking accurate. But that's why I'm saying she's a liar. Oh, I don't know. No, like, bruh, sheesh.
Or did you not go out with your friends last night? You did, didn't you? I don't remember what happened last night, but my dog stepped on a bee. A bee. Miss Heard. Your dog has absolutely nothing to do with this case. You wore a red shirt last night, isn't that right? No, that's incorrect. It was more of like a dark pink. Yeah, it was like a darker pink. I wouldn't say red, no. And you went out last night. Did you or did you not eat Taco Bell? No, that's absolutely incorrect. It was more of like a softer shell, if you will, with all the ingredients. I would say more of like a burrito.
Bro, this is so accurate. That's fucking. Who is this? Official Salise Rose? Official Salise Rose? Hey, shout out to you, because this shit is accurate. This is really fucking good.
When you told this jury under oath that you punched Mr. Depp because you thought of Mr. Depp pushing Kate Moss down the stairs, you didn't expect Miss Moss to agree to testify.
Of course I did.
Happened, did you?
Incorrect. I know how many people will come out of the woodwork to be in support of Johnny.
So
It
you
is
think
clear
Miss
by this
Moss
courtroom
needs
how
to
many
come
people
out
will
of the
do that.
woodwork to testify for Mr. Depp?
Everybody who was around in the 90s and the early aughts knew that.
TMZ got to testify that it was a
These people are actually lawyers. I've seen a couple. There's like a couple lawyers on TikTok that are doing reactions and stuff to this too. So that's pretty important to get their opinion.
pre-staged photo op, and they were tipped off about being in the courthouse. They put on evidence from an expert that the photos have been edited, the videos have been edited. So what happens when Amber's attorneys go back and now have to speak to her about it?
So every attorney has been in this position before, where your client lies under oath, or the evidence is clearly contrary to what they said. And this is like a bombshell.
And again, just to vouch for what I said, clearly it clearly contradicts the evidence. You know what I'm saying? So like, this is an attorney. I ain't a fucking lawyer. This dude studies law, and he's like, we have to go back and have a conversation because you're clearly lying, in the words of Dave Chappelle.
So what you do is you take them back in a private room and you say, the technical legal term for what is happening to you is that you're fucked.
Hey, golly. I don't know if I'd have said it like that, my guy, but...
And can you just describe for those of us who have no idea, like myself, what does arnica cream look like?
Oh, sorry, that was me. It's kind of like a white emollient. Pedal my way back. Sorry.
Bro, like, this fake cry had my soul hurt, bro. I was literally getting headaches watching this chick testify, dude. Because I was like, let's hear what she has to say. And, you know, if she says some stuff that truly makes me like, I don't know, man. Like, obviously, I wouldn't be like, no, Team Johnny Depp. Like, I don't care. But I have no dog in this fight. I don't stand to gain anything from it. But, bro, I was getting headaches watching this chick. It's so bad.
Aquaman.
You weren't scared of him at all, were you?
I have a mixed relationship with Johnny, and one in which I'm scared, one in which I love him very much.
I'm not talking about your mixed relationship. That night in Australia, after you
Bro, she is so
cut off his
cutthroat. She looked her dead in the soul, like, in Australia. Like, bro.
finger with a bottle. You weren't scared of him at all, were you?
This is a man who tried to kill me. Of course it's scary. He's also my husband.
And he said, I don't think now's a good time to go.
The old dollar.
For 2 days. And then he showed me a photograph.
What was the photograph of Mr. Depp?
Bro, why are these animations so accurate?
Here's a photograph of the bed, our bed. And on my side of the bed, was human fecal matter. So I understood why it wasn't a good time to go down.
Why did she shit on his bed, man?
Did you look at that one when you were comparing this processing speed?
Bro, this dude is the most awkward motherfucker I've ever seen with my own eyes, bro.
Do I have to answer that question, Your Honor?
You have to answer questions. Yes, sir.
No, you'll be happy to know I didn't see Willy Wonka as a... You know whether Marlon Brando used an earpiece?
Whether... Isn't he dead?
Yeah.
So the answer is no, he does not use one now. If he was never fed his lines...
Bro, the disrespect.
Through the earpiece, which I know he was, but read he was. And that may have been that example. Mr. Wyatt may have said that it was music. I guess the question, you are saying that the whole... I'm an expert witness. I'm saying as an expert witness.
Let's start with the easy question then. Maybe we can...
That was pretty easy. Go ahead.
All right, Doctor, you're going to have to just answer the questions.
Okay. Sorry about that. Getting into it.
You need to just answer the questions,
Okay.
Dr. Spiegel.
I'm not sure why we're arguing psychiatry, because I'm telling you what it is.
Dr. Siegel, you just need to answer the questions.
Okay.
Bro.
Mr. Depp fell asleep with ice cream in his hand. That's not vomitous, right?
I was told it was vomitous.
Okay.
We've seen Mr. Depp during this trial doodling and eating candy. What, if any, evidence would that suggest that he has narcissistic traits?
Objection, Your Honor. No foundation.
I'll sustain the objection.
And counsel for...
This shit was hard to watch. There were times where her team did really good with what they had, but this shit was really fucking hard to watch for the most part, man.
Mr. Depp came back and said, are you aware Ms. Heard has been diagnosed?
Do I have to answer that question, Your Honor?
You have to answer questions. Yes, sir.
All right. Now, we've seen Mr. Depp during this trial doodling and eating candy. What,
Damn,
if any,
you put the same ones in, my G.
Suggest that he has narcissistic traits?
Objection, Your Honor. No foundation.
I'll sustain the objection.
Hey, look.
Now,
they said they're doodling, and which was crazy because Amber Heard was doing the same shit the whole time. But I'm sorry, they said that he was narcissistic for doodling and eating candy, and both of his lawyers grabbed a piece of candy.
Asked about the cluster B, and
Ms. Heard, you edited out the portions that made you look bad before sending it to TMC.
You're very wrong about that.
So that
if I
only
wanted to
Mr.
leak
Depp
information, I
looked
could have
bad.
done it in a more effective way, a lot
Watch
sooner
this.
and a lot more.
Because you
I
knew
was
exactly
living
how to
with
do
a
that,
mountain
right?
of this evidence. If I wanted to leak it, I could have done a lot more with it.
I thought you testified earlier in this trial that you didn't know how to leak things.
I
Remember
don't.
that? Your lies have been exposed to the world multiple times, right?
I haven't lied about anything I've been here to say.
You sat here and told this jury that the events in Hicksville started with Mr. Depp getting really upset about a woman leaning on you. Is that correct?
Yes, that's effectively what happened, yeah.
You testified that he actually grabbed that woman's wrist and twisted it, right?
And told her that he could effectively break her wrist by saying he knew how many pounds of pressure, or asking her how many pounds of pressure it took to break a human wrist.
But your own witness, your former best friend, Rocky Pennington, she didn't corroborate that, did she?
I'm not quite sure what part of that night she saw. There were a lot of people there.
She didn't testify that Mr. Depp grabbed anyone's wrist in Hicksville.
And I don't know what Rocky saw. There were a lot of people there that night.
You testified that once you brought Mr. Depp back to your trailer, he trashed it, correct?
That is correct.
And the manager of the Hicksville trailer park was furious that Johnny had wrecked the whole thing. Do you remember that testimony?
That's correct.
We heard from that manager of the Hicksville trailer park, Morgan Knight, on Monday, didn't we?
I'm not quite sure who that guy was.
Bro, this is the shit. This is why I'm saying she's lying, and you would have to be dumb not to believe it. The fucking manager of the trailer park, she claimed Johnny Depp trashed, came in, testified, and said that he did not trash it. He said there was a lighting fixture that was messed up, but that was something that happened commonly. They even had fees. This is his words. They even had fees to clean up if somebody had even just dirtied. Like, it was like a $15 fee, $20 fee, $25 fee, something like that. For anybody, like, if I made a mess, and then they had to come in and clean it up. Anything from pillows to blankets and shit everywhere, like whatever, like any sort of mess, they would have charged him. They charged him for the fixture. This is the previous owner of the trailer park who sold his rights, like, or I'm sorry, sold the trailer park like 3 years ago or something like that because he didn't want to watch after it anymore. But, like, bro, he literally came in, which they wouldn't be able to say that he was the owner if he wasn't, and said that that didn't happen, and she's like, I don't know who he was. Like, bro, good lord.
Or if he had any involvement in this. I know a lot of people have come out of the woodwork to be involved.
So you're accusing Mr. Knight of testifying and committing perjury?
I'm not accusing anyone. I just don't recognize that man.
You heard Mr. Knight testify that it was actually you who was upset with Mr. Depp spending time away
That's
from him.
facts.
Isn't that correct?
How would he know? He wasn't there.
You heard Mr.
This is the thing. They have record. They have tax records from the Johnny Depp having to pay him. They have records of who got paid for the company. There's all kinds of shit because it's a business. They have records. All of that shit is auditable. They can pull up all of that shit. So, like, the fact that she's saying, I don't know, he wasn't there, like, this is the exact expression that I had, like, this bitch just lied multiple times. Camille murdered her on her cross-examination.
You heard Mr. Knight testify that it was actually you who was yelling at Mr. Depp.
Again, I've heard a lot of people say a lot of things to be involved in the Johnny Depp show, but he wasn't there. He doesn't know. And he certainly didn't know what happened behind closed doors, like most people.
So you're calling Mr. Knight a liar?
I am saying he wasn't there, and what he testified to doesn't match what I know happened. But I don't fault him. He wasn't there, so how would he know?
Like that's the weird, like, personality disorder. It's like she admitted she did some drugs and was like, but I did laughy drugs. Like, you know what? I didn't do that many of them. It was like, you couldn't just admit you did drugs. It was like, oh, I did some funny drugs, or I did some laughy drugs. Like, there's always got to be some sort of extra shit. But, like, right here, like, I wouldn't fault him. He wasn't there. What? What the fuck do you mean you wouldn't fault him? Why are you going back on what you're saying? What the hell does that... the fuck yeah. If I'm abused and this dude came out and he's a liar, I'm sitting up there like, he wasn't there. I don't know who the fuck he is. He wasn't there. No, I do fault him for lying. What the hell? Like, what?
He testified he was there, Ms. Heard. Did you hear that?
That's his testimony, yes.
So you're calling him a liar?
I'm just saying he wasn't there.
So yes, you're calling him a liar. You're saying he committed perjury.
You heard Mr. Knight testify that the trailer wasn't trashed, and that's why you're calling him a liar.
He testified that a light fixture was broken, similar to the way that
yes,
Johnny's
other than a light fixture, that was the only thing that was broken,
being rearranged,
right? Ms. Heard,
and things
Ms.
like
Heard,
that.
The only thing that was broken in the trailer, according to Mr. Knight, was a light fixture. Yes or no?
I realize that he summed it up by saying a light fixture was broken. Just
summed it up. No, that's what he said the only damage was.
The way his security guard summed up him trashing my closet as being rearranged.
Your Honor, I'm going to move to strike everything after.
Like, that shit actually pisses me off to hear.
He summed it up.
Oh, I seen this. This is pretty sweet. This chick, like, paints Johnny Depp with wine. Look at this shit. Like, that is fire. Who's this? Julia Gisela? Julia Gisela? I don't know how to say her name, but this shit's fire. Shout out to you. Was that weed? The fuck is this? We just got a montage. That beats fire though.
Most
I was about to
importantly,
start
you heard
freestyling.
from Ms. Heard yourselves on multiple audio recordings admitting to being physically violent with Mr. Depp. You heard Ms. Heard admit to hitting Mr. Depp.
That's facts.
Take a minute to really think about what you just heard there. Quote, "I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. I was not punching you. Babe, you're not punched." Imagine that was Mr. Depp saying that to Ms. Heard on that
Facts.
recording.
That's the biggest thing that I think really sets the narrative for how Amber Heard needs to be treated. If Johnny Depp, if he was heard in the audios that she did, oh my God, there would be people rioting. There'd be people outside the courthouse fucking, fuck him, burning down. Like, oh my God, it would be bad. But since she's a woman and whatever other fucking reason, it's despicable. The Me Too movement should support men as well. And ironically, Amber Heard has been arrested for domestic violence. So, yeah, there is a Me Too. And it's ridiculous, honestly. She needs to be convicted of her crimes as well as lose this case.
What you didn't hear on a single recording you heard in this case, and there were many played by both parties, is Mr. Depp ever admitting to hitting, punching, or kicking Ms. Heard. You didn't hear it. It doesn't exist. It didn't happen. And despite the fact that Mr. Depp and Ms. Heard are heard discussing many of the alleged incidents you've heard about at this trial, like Australia and the Bahamas, you never heard Ms. Heard accuse Mr. Depp of sexual assault.
Facts.
Unlike Mr. Depp, who you heard admit to and own up to his past mistakes and his struggles, particularly with drugs and alcohol, Ms. Heard will not admit that she has ever done anything wrong.
That's facts
She
as
cannot
well.
deny what you heard on those recordings. As much as Ms. Heard and her lawyers have tried to make this case about Mr. Depp's language, it is Ms. Heard that repeatedly admits to violence. By April and May of 2016, Mr. Depp had reached his limit. His mother was dying.
God, Lord, how long is this TikTok?
And when he showed up late to Ms. Heard's 30th birthday party because a meeting with his new business manager, Edward White, had gone late, Ms. Heard, of course, was not understanding. She was furious. You heard from Mr. Depp, both in this courtroom and on audio recordings, that Ms. Heard punched him that evening.
Yep.
He left with Travis McGivern, and the next morning he learned that someone had left feces on his bed. Ms. Heard denies responsibility, but she admitted to the prank to Starling Jenkins. You heard him testify to that effect.
No.
For almost a month after that, they didn't see each other. And you heard from Mr. Depp that when his mother died on May 20th, 2016, he resolved to leave Ms. Heard. He was done. And when Ms. Heard learned that Mr. Depp was done, that she was really losing him, she went on the attack. She filed for divorce before Mr. Depp could. Then, as you heard from Mr. Depp's divorce lawyer, Laura Wasser, Ms. Heard sent a letter demanding financial support.
Yep.
And when her demands weren't met, Ms. Heard...
She tried to say, and that's important, because she sat here and she tried to say, I don't want anything from Johnny. I didn't get anything from Johnny. Like, bro, you literally tried to file for financial support. Like, bro.
struck a blow against Mr. Depp that was more damaging than any physical blow she had ever landed. When she walked into court 6 years ago today, on May 27th, 2016, to get a domestic violence restraining order against Mr. Depp, she did so in front of paparazzi with a mark on her face. The evidence presented at this trial demonstrates that Ms. Heard didn't just want a divorce. She wanted to ruin him. She came into this courtroom prepared to give the performance of her life, and she gave it.
Yes, she did.
Ms. Heard's acting coach, Christina Sexton, testified that Ms. Heard has difficulty crying when she is acting. You saw it. Ms. Heard sobbing without tears, while spinning elaborate,
My bad if you could hear that.
exaggerated, fantastic
See, her acting coach literally testified that she couldn't cry.
accounts of abuse and everything going on in her mind almost a decade prior while enduring that abuse. It was a performance. She told you that what she thinks about, she told you what she thinks you need to hear to convict this man as a domestic abuser and a rapist.
And
wants
she
you to
couldn't
believe
get
that she was
charges on him.
Countless times over the entire course of their relationship.
The day we've all waited for is finally here.
Yeah,
Today,
Sirski.
Johnny Depp's attorney, Camille Vasquez, began cross-examining Amber Heard, and she did not come to play.
Nah, she
Mr.
didn't.
Depp hasn't looked at you once this entire trial, has he? Not that I've noticed, no. You've looked at him, though, many times, haven't you? Yes, I have. He promised you would never see his eyes again. Isn't that true? I don't recall if he said that.
I don't recall if he said that, is what she says every fucking time. And guess what? Camille came ready.
When you met him in San Francisco in July of 2016.
You will not see my eyes again.
And he kept that promise, hasn't he? As far as I know, he cannot look at me. And you
As far as I know, he cannot look at me. That's manipulation. She's gaslighting. Not, as far as I know, yeah, he's kept that promise. No, as far as I know, he hasn't looked at me. Or he can't look at me like, bro. Oh, fuck.
You said to Mr. Depp, quote, "You can please tell people that it was a fair fight and see what the jury and the judge think. Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them Johnny Depp, Johnny Depp, a man, a victim too of domestic violence." End quote. That's what you said, right?
That's
I was saying
facts.
it to the man who beat me up, yes.
I was saying it to the man who beat me up, like, it's yes or no questions. And you keep trying to control the narrative. I wonder why. Because you're a lying bitch, Amber. You're a lying bitch.
I thought it was preposterous. And the man you beat up numerous times.
And sue me. I don't give a fuck. You ain't getting nothing from me. I ain't got shit to give. Fuck you.
Right, Miss Heard? I could never hurt Johnny.
I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you.
You're here in this
My
courtroom.
man's
because Mr.
kicking back shots. Shout out Ethan Trace, bro. This man's pounding them back.
That finally told the world
Look
that
at
he's
that
a
face.
victim of domestic violence. You didn't think he would tell the world he was a victim of domestic violence, did you?
I'm pretty sure Camille got all her evidence from CVS Pharmacy, because she brought a long-ass receipt today.
Medical records
Bars.
missing a lot of things. But it doesn't document any physical injuries. It doesn't seem to be documenting anything. Probably because...
That was the thing, too. Again, if you guys didn't watch this case, bro, they had dumb evidence. They had her nurses come in. They had her doctors come in. There was no evidence at all. The only evidence that she had was her makeup artist said that she covered bruises. But that don't mean shit. That don't mean that Johnny Depp bruised her. That don't mean nothing. She testified that he's always wearing rings, like these big clunky ass, like thick fucking rings. And then she said he beat the shit out of her, just grabbed her by the hair, just whop, 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 cracking her shit. And she only had a little bit of browning? Get the fuck... Anyone who believes this shit, you're dumb. You have to consider the fact that... Go punch somebody. I will let you punch me. Of course, we gotta take a video of it for my YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Get them views up. But come punch me. I'll let you punch me in the face. However you want to punch me. And I promise you, my shit's gonna look worse than hers. I don't care if you're the scrawniest little pussy. I don't care if you're a 10-year-old. That shit's gonna look worse than the bruises that she allegedly had. Trust me.
There was nothing to document, right, Miss Heard?
Today on the stand, Amber Heard pulled the old Justin Bieber response to most of the questions she was asked. I don't recall, she said multiple times. Immediately followed by Camille saying, "Oh, that's funny, because I have your words right here on paper. If I had a
Facts.
shot for how many times that happened today, I'd probably be in the hospital." But the
Facts.
best part of all, today Camille got Amber to admit that she lied under oath in her UK trial. The word of the day? Pledge.
$7 million divorce settlement was paid to you in full by February of 2018, right? That's correct. You said that you had, quote, donated, end quote, your entire divorce settlement to charity. That's correct. But you hadn't donated your entire $7 million settlement to charity at that point, had you? That's incorrect. Sitting here today, Ms. Heard, you still haven't donated the $7 million divorce settlement to charity. Isn't that right? Incorrect. I pledged the entirety of the settlement, $7 million to charity, and I intend to fulfill those obligations. Ms. Heard, that's not my question. You have not donated the $7 million donated, not pledged, donated the $7.
All right, guys, I gotta go. I'm getting a phone call. So, thank you guys for coming to Red's World. Stay tuned for more to come soon, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.